What the heck was that?
I don't know.
That would be me.
Okay.
All I heard was dibbity beep beep.
That would be bloopers.
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 Well, I guess I should properly introduce everybody. Okay.
You're Steve. You're Steve. You're doing it wrong.
Steve. No, I got.
You're Steve.
Guys, introduce yourselves, because this is recording right now.
Okay, I'm Phil.
And I'm Dio Brando.
Lol.
Well, I am.
In other words, that's K-Lo. That burp translated into K-Lo. And that would be the guy that I'm doing the LPs with, Shaq. And Phil is actually...
With him there.
Yeah, and Phil is actually the guy I did the last discussion vid with. But anyway, so getting right onto the topic, G4 turning into the gay network, the Esquire network.
I don't know, man. That gay part sounded pretty accurate.
I mean, I guess I should like let the viewers know, like, for all of you who aren't aware or have been sleeping under a rock for like ever, the G4 network, which was originally a gamer network,
barely.
No, not barely. It was a gamer network, and then it became a corpse of itself. Pretty much just playing cops and cheaters 24/7, and then
Yeah, I want to say it's 24/7.
Yeah, and what little remains of X-Play there are too. So now what they're deciding to do is completely killing off G4 and replacing it with a burp. Yeah. No, they're replacing it.
You heard that? Holy shit.
Yes, I did.
Hey, you should stop doing that. Maybe that's a good idea.
And they're replacing it with the Esquire network, which is basically a network geared towards the quote modern male. And apparently modern male to people
There's a huge vagina.
Modern male means we like cooking shows and golf.
Exactly. A huge vagina.
Well, I could understand the cooking part. That's okay by me. It
Holy
shows
shit, who the fuck is that?
self-sufficiency. That teaches like the modern male, be self-sufficient. Don't rely on women to do this stuff, do these things for you. What I don't get is when you become a fashion model.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the common guy these days would go, yeah, let me just go in the store, get some clothes, and get the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, no, mind you, yeah, I like, looking good on some days or whatever, I have my sense of fashion or whatever, but it's not gonna it's not.
You have a
something
very higher sense of fashion than I do, I will say that.
But it's not like, I consume my life with it. Like, I'm primarily a gamer, so...
Yep.
What I like to do is games. I mean, if I'm going to talk about fashion, then I'm going to be looking at games like Monster Hunter and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, how's your Monster Hunter on your 3DS going there, buddy?
It's actually going pretty good. I've gotten there's a lot of unique, brand new monsters that have come to the table ever since Try. Which is exactly where I first started, and this is what 3 Ultimate basically is. It's just an expansion pack.
Nice. Yeah, I actually saw gameplay of it on YouTube or whatever. Because I actually have my monitor, my laptop hooked up to my TV, so I was
You always
actually
have your laptop hooked up to your TV. Don't make it like this is like a new occurrence.
No, it's not a new occurrence. It's more like a necessity now. But basically, I was able to watch it in full 1080p or whatever, and yeah, the game looks amazing. It's definitely taken a graphical update, so yeah,
there's some major issues with it though. Like there is a particular item that used to be very useful since the original Try that is rendered completely useless now, which is the torch. because now like areas that were originally created to be dark are now lightened up to the point where it's literally, the torch is just unreasonable. There's no reason why it should even exist in that particular game.
Right.
Okay. Wait, were we talking about Monster Hunter? Or
no, we're not gonna. No, I just had to get that out of the way because like I was actually interested. But like going back on topic, I guess I'll start like as far as like how I got started with G4. This was during the time where I was like, I want to say like 13 or 14, and I was visiting my dad when he lived in Florida, and they had like a lot of weird, like it was already like, you know, I was already discovering new crap on his TV because he was one of those people with like DirecTV or whatever, so it had more obscure channels than IO or whatever, and I was flipping through the channel and then I saw this, you know, video game review channel. Like I saw like two people on the TV, which will later be, which I will later know as Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb, reviewing games, and I was like, oh, holy crap, what is this, right? I'm looking through the displays or whatever, I'm seeing like show titles like Cheat and Filter and stuff like that. I'm like, what is this magical place? Or whatever, and yeah, I ended up finding out that there was actually an entire channel dedicated to tech and gaming. But during the time I actually discovered it, I think that's during the time where it was actually Tech TV, so they had a little bit more, you know, new gadgetry and stuff like that, showing more than games. But eventually it evened out, and yeah, that was my first exposure of the channel. How about you? Anybody?
When I first got the show, I didn't really have it for a long time, but it was there. And then I went and I saw I saw like Attack of the Show, and then I saw like X-Play, and I saw like the Cheat Show, and it was alright. I mean, what really got me coming back was the trying to think, Ninja Warrior. That was what brought me back.
Right.
That was fucking great. I love that show so much. It's so good. But yeah, no, like I liked it for what it was for, and then I ended up losing the channel. My mom didn't want to pay for it anymore, so I ended up losing it.
Yeah.
So I started going on the web more, you know, like enjoying the show more, you know, on the web and watching some of the shows. But then after a while, I stopped going back on it, and then I later found out what had happened to the show. It turned into cops and just all these horrible shows that should never be named. But yeah, that's what happened. But you know, at the end of the day, I really didn't watch it that much. And Adam Sessler was cool, but the girl was very annoying for me.
Well,
I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah, we'll get a little bit more in depth as we actually explore some of the shows. But like Shaq.
I know, I found her very annoying. I don't know about anybody else. I found her annoying.
But Shaq, initial exposure to the channel.
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, I gotta say that G4, when it started, was kind of like my backdrop from the end of Toonami for a while, back in I think about 2004, 2006. It's just that Maguzi came on, and I got so sick of it that I just couldn't stand it anymore, and I thought like there was no more channels for me to watch. Until a couple of friends of mine from high school, well, elementary to high school, had told me about this channel called G4, and I decided to check it out. My first channel was basically X-Play, and that was about the first show that I ever watched. It gave me a lot of interest, brought me back even further into gaming outside of just Final Fantasy, because that used to be the only thing I ever played. And the only thing that ever caught my interest for, I think, about I got a good 60% of my life.
Right.
Soon after, you know, I started to say, hey, you know what, this show's not gonna be enough, but let me try it, like Attack of the Show and other programs like that on the channel. Attack of the Show was okay to me. They gave a lot of good and interesting information from time to time, but for the most part, it started to get a little high and dry, and it eventually started taking over the channel, as far as I was concerned. Like X-Play just wasn't important anymore, which disappointed me even further.
Right.
Then pretty much as the years went by, I stuck with G4 as opposed to Cartoon Network. Then yeah, for the basic parts, how do I even continue this? Sorry if you guys hear like a baby crying in the background.
All good. Skype call. Everybody understands.
Yeah. Sorry, we're doing this live, people. But if I can just continue and just remember exactly where I kept my pace. Yeah, Attack of the Show was taken over until eventually more shows they decided to put on. As the other guy said before me, Ninja Warrior came on. That caught my interest. It started becoming like more important to me than both than X-Play and Attack of the Show. If I dare say, despite the fact that it had almost nothing to do with gaming other than it being a sport, which is technically a game.
I'm sorry, man. That was just awesome. Ninja Warrior, sole reason why I watched that show. There's no other reason why. All the gaming tips were like, it was kind of cool seeing gameplay footage, but at that point I had the internet already, and I had the means to go online and go find whatever game I wanted to look at. So it didn't really matter.
Sure.
So it didn't really matter.
Because hardcore parkour.
Yeah, no, I mean like that.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
That was way too much fun.
Kalo, you alive?
Shut up, I'm busy cowboying.
Stop playing Grand Theft Cowboy for a minute.
Alright.
Dude, when did you start watching G4?
I didn't fucking watch that shit.
So why are you here?
You told me to.
Oh yeah, it felt appropriate. I mean, we do LPs together, so
Like, I was aware of the channel.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I am upset that it's changing into what it is, because it's like, that's not really what guys are into, really.
You mean cooking and
the way you
fashion?
described it, I really don't think guys would watch that channel.
I mean,
I wouldn't watch that channel, to be obvious. I would not watch it.
there's a cooking channel being hosted by Anthony Bourdain or whatever. Do you know who that is?
No.
Yeah. Do you know who that guy Aziz Ansari is though?
Oh yeah.
Apparently he's supposed to have a show on there for some reason, and then there's a cooking show hosted by Drew Barrymore. What?
From slasher films to this.
What?
Don't look at me, man. It's already getting weird.
Janine, bloop in 2 or 3 words how you were exposed to G4. And
Bloop.
yeah, she's gonna be our blooper for today. And while we wait for that,
yeah, I don't know what happened. Okay, whatever. Well, what other things do you want to talk about?
well, I have a list of the shows that used to play on there. I guess we could get into a discussion of the shows themselves. I mean, also there was actually supposed to be another person here, my friend Peter from Nassau, but holy crap, no. You guys still hear me?
Yep.
Huh? It says that there's a problem with the Skype call or something. I think Shaq.
That's on your end, buddy. That's on your end, buddy. Sorry about that.
Kalo, you still there, bro?
Yep.
Okay, so
Just mugging some dude. Calm down.
oh, so it must have been Shaq that dropped the call. I don't know. Crap.
Probably. You never know.
I mean, if anything, like I could merge the 2 MP3s together. If they get if somebody drops the call and they can't get back, I mean, like that's what the whole editing thing is about.
Yeah, just edit. Just edit this whole part out. You were good.
Yep. The outtakes. Yep. Shaq dropped. He's gonna have to call back. Whatever. So anyway, yeah. Let me just read off Peter's message right now before we continue. He says, and I quote, That almost everything on that was on G4 at this point could have been more accessible through the internet rather than having a TV station about it. A lot of people that watched G4 might have found the internet more reliable due to the fact that it's everywhere, where TV is generically in the house or.
Sorry about that, guys.
oh, good. I was just reading off a friend's message. So, because he couldn't join us, but like, he had some words to say. Basically, his point was that G4 probably did its job for, you know, what its purpose was. You know, to make gaming more of a mainstream thing, whatever. And Kaneen just blooped. And she says that she watched G4 last year. And wait, hold up.
When it was already messed up.
Sorry. Yeah, I watched it last year. I just wish I found out about it before. Well, thank you, Kaneen. So, anyway, yeah, I have the shows written down on a Microsoft Word file because I'm so cool like that. So, number 1 on the list right now, X-Play. I guess I'll shoot for it for a little bit. Now, X-Play was actually the primary show that I watched on G4 because like it always kept me up to date.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it always kept me up to date with like, you know, what new games were coming out, what games like were good, what games were not good. I mean, most of the time the reviews were pretty good. Sometimes I felt like the reviews were a little biased, but
I think the bias actually started as a 2008, where like the Xbox 360 started reigning supreme over the other consoles, and that's when the bias really started to come in.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, believe it or not, besides the reviews that they actually had on that show, I was actually really entertained by like some of the ridiculous sketches that they had on there, because like it was a mixture of like, you know, game reviews and like absolute retardation. I loved that show for the entertainment value as well as the reviews. Like I would actually look forward to both evenly. If I could recall one, see, this is gonna make me mad because I can't remember this person's name, this quote character's name, but they had this guy who was basically like a drunkard on the show or whatever, and they said that he said that he was gonna come out with his own game or whatever, and he I forgot his name, but he would always break beer bottles over his balls, and he makes his own game. That's a terrible side scroller. They gave it like a 1 out of 5. It was an absolutely hilarious sketch because it wasn't even a real game that came out, obviously. But I don't know. Just X-Play for its entertainment value along with its actual reviews. It had like, I don't know. For me at the time, it had an entire package for a show premise. I mean, it was involved with video games and humor, and I was like, this is me. So
Attack of the Show wasn't bad. I gotta give it for what it's for. It wasn't bad.
Well, I'm talking about X-Play right now, so.
Oh, X-Play.
Yeah.
X-Play, yes. Both of those shows kind of meshed together. A little bit. I mean, X-Play did its job.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some games that I wouldn't have seen if I didn't know where to look. But again, the internet was already readily available where you could just go on any site and go, video games, new one coming out.
Yeah,
this
but
one.
GameFAQs and YouTube weren't prone to that at the time, and most of the time for that, like, game companies would get very upset that other people would post their trailers and stuff like that, so it would instantly get removed. And it was kind of being a little piss off about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now they don't care, but
I mean, Shaq, opinions on X-Play?
X-Play, I thought it was an excellent show until 2000, as I said before, like 2008 hit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like you could tell which phases were which, like, because, you know, they had one of their flagship veterans in there, because Adam Sessler was with the channel for a long time, back when it was actually still called Tech TV. And X-Play was.
I think he was one of the more. I thought he was like, as of 2008, like he was one of the more fair reviewers. Like he was giving, pretty much for the most part, unbiased opinions, and everybody else was going all like 360, 360, 360, 360 is the only system to go. 360 is the other way. Like the Wii sucks, the PS3 sucks, PS3 is gonna fail. Blah 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 blah. Like total biases, and it went on even after the PS3 was actually finally getting its cred, even after the Wii finally pushed itself even further than where it is right now. And they stuck with it. They stuck with the fanboys.
Yeah.
And that's what set me off the most. That's what really drove me away from X-Play. And I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm using X-Play. I used X-Play as a gauge for the entire network almost, because not only was it the first show to like actually like, you know, introduce me to G4 in the first place, but like freaking like I don't know. I feel like it's almost like you could tell how the network was starting to change through them by their set changes. Like, yo, every like couple years they would have it like a set change or whatever, and that would let you know which generation they were in. And by the time, you know, it hit, you know, its unfortunate you know, current state now where it's about to basically like die, I noticed that their set, the set of X-Play, it doesn't look as, I don't know, inviting or fun as it used to look, if that makes any sense.
Because they were trying to act for more professional than they really are. It wasn't. They're trying to make it not be about fun, about being like looking like a professional, and that's not what gaming's about, really. Gaming's about having fun. It's about, you know, being immersed into a culture that is willing to accept just about anything, like including the douchebags, and which most of the gaming community does not care for. In fact, we make fun of it about 90% of the time.
Yeah, true. I mean, how do you go from like, and I kid you not, they had a puppet rat named Ratty. What was it? Like I think his gimmick was that he was an inebriated little badger or beaver or something like that. And how do you go from that to trying to make yourself look like the IGN on TV? Like, you know?
I don't know. Like, it's just like, hey, we're trying to rival with other game informing companies because professionalism. Not that it's saying it's a bad thing, but like, if you lack the enthusiasm, what's gonna make me look at you, really?
Yeah.
And that's what I see in IGN, really. Like,
yeah.
They're very they're too uptight, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, no, they've got a thumb shoved at their ass. But Kalo, bro, I mean, like, I know you weren't really an avid watcher of the network, but like, suppose like you did see a show like that where it was like fun and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden they try to become like ridiculously serious. I mean, like, how would you feel about that?
Sounds like bullshit.
Exactly. Kaneen, any bloops?
What?
I was talking to our anonymous blooper. Well, not really anonymous, but anyway. And while we wait for that, I guess I'll move on to the next show on the list. Cheat. Oh my God, Cheat. That was another show that I looked forward to watching too. Huh?
Oh, okay. Cheat is in like cheat codes, because I thought you meant cheaters. We'll keep that for another area.
Oh no,
cheaters sucked. No.
We'll
no more cheaters.
But for now, let's stick to cheat.
Nah, cheat.
We will come back to that, folks. We will come back to that, because that is a very interesting subject.
Oh yeah.
That I think we all can agree on.
Yeah, we're slowly gonna rip this apart. I'm just going down the, you know, G4 former before, you know, it hit the crapper. But anyway, yo, Cheat was definitely a game that I liked, because this was before. I mean, I had a computer, but during the time I wasn't really allowed to use it during the week, because, or unless I needed it for homework, because like my mom was trying to keep me to you know, be a good student or whatever. So she tried to limit me or whatever. So
stuff.
Yeah, so I wasn't able to access my computer except like on the weekends. Same for me to go with like games or whatever. So that was actually really why I liked watching G4. Wait, hold up, just a sec. That was why I was really into G4 because of the fact that like if I'm not getting able to play my games or whatever, I can at least like inform myself about these new games and stuff like that or whatever. But like Cheat was actually a really useful show because like it was not only a show for like telling you how to basically have more fun with your game by using cheat codes and stuff like that, but it was also like a televised FAQ. Now granted, you won't be able to cover an entire game in 30-minute increment, but like just the fact that something like that even existed on television was ridiculous, and Kristen Holt was amazing. So
well, that's basically what was the point of Cheat, and once again it led back to what I was talking about, how it was about the fun in games. It wasn't about it being just overly sensitive to other people, or just it was just really about having fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's all
cheat codes were cool.
To me, that's all gaming to me should be about. That's how it always should be. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be times where fun will come at the expense of others, but you know what? That's life,
Yeah.
And when I saw the decline of it, it just started. I started driving away, and like the internet started pulling me in.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually, if I'm not mistaken, that is actually how I discovered what Oddworld Stranger's Wrath was, because like I'd actually not been informed of any of the Oddworld games or whatever. Now Oddworld Stranger's Wrath is actually a game that's very late in the series, but it was a gateway for me. I was like, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, what is this? Is this a one-off game? And then when I find out from other friends, like, yo, this game has been around for like years and stuff like that, I was like, well, crap, let me go find out. So yeah, that's definitely another reference point for me as far as like gaming goes or whatever. And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
Kalo. Wait, Kalo. Do you know who Kristen Holt is? No. Okay. Okay. Here you go. Wait. Ah.
Oh,
now,
her.
Now I got a
Yeah,
copy.
I remember her.
Now I got a copy.
She's the one. Wait, no. This girl over here who did cheats.
Yeah.
She annoyed me because she did the only episode of Cheaters I ever watched. No, I'm not kidding. The only episodes of Cheaters that I ever watched, I only watched one, and that girl, God, she was explaining the cheat codes in the Avatar: The Last Airbender game. She kept fucking up Sokka's name. She kept saying it's Sokka. She kept messing up Katara's name too. I mean, I don't even know how the hell she pronounced it, but I know she pronounced it wrong.
I bet you
It
said
just
it like
annoyed me
Fuck that up.
very easily. I just got really pissed off at her, and I'm like, and then after that point, I just shut it off. Like, she did a couple cheater episodes where like pretty good, but at that episode, I'm like, no. That's not how you do things. No, that's not how you do things. You don't just do that. You don't just say, oh, I'm just gonna say this random name incorrectly, and the fans of the show aren't gonna be like, oh, you're wrong. Nope. I was so mad. I'm like, you're just messing up Avatar: The Last Airbender. You're a terrible person.
Oh, quick question, Kalo, can you receive links on your wait, are you on your iPod or on the computer?
I switched to my computer.
He's on both.
Okay. I was
He's on
just
both
yeah,
simultaneously.
I was sending you a link or whatever.
Oh, wait, hold up.
That is a long ass link. Okay. Alright then. Good for you.
Yeah, it is. Fuck.
He got it from Google. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
Unless, find an actual website that, like a Wikipedia page. That's probably easier.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I got it.
You got it?
Yep.
Yeah, she did cheat codes. I'm like, that's a place I could get my cheat codes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like, that was probably another thing. Like, besides, I think it was aimed towards male gamers a little bit. That is until the next show, Attack of the Show. Huh?
Well, according to the male gamer thing, like if we're really gonna get into it, yeah, it was like during the time, like most of our target gaming industry was generally guys. I mean, it still is. It's still so.
No. You know what pisses me off when I talk to people and then I make a comment about how most gamers are guys. And then I get all these weird stares and looks about how I'm a sexist asshole. I hate that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to explain to these people. No, because I'm not trying to be sexist. All I'm trying to say is, look, the male majority of people who play console games are dudes. I'm not saying that girls can't play games. I'm saying that the mass majority of people who play games are majority guys. Even on PC, mostly guys play games. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I'm just saying that, look.
No, you're speaking the truth. I can understand that,
I
but
mean,
let's get back.
I always get that. It just annoys me. All right. Yeah, we'll get back to the topic.
Yeah, we'll come back
to
that a bit later.
Yeah,
maybe in another chat. I mean, that now that you mention it, we really should do a chat with the whole gaming community between guys and girls, because honestly, it's starting to get a little obnoxious now, especially this year, where a lot of people are just finally getting fed up with it. It's fucking stupid. But this is not the time to play this. This is the time to be discussing G4.
I mean, guys, I have the Skype recording material now, and if I save this group, we could, make this a regular thing. I mean, if we, actually, let me make a note to myself for the next discussion vid. So, God, what's that?
I'm gonna say it's Kalo. I'm just gonna say that.
It sounded like fucking Mickey Mouse. Oh, sure. Oh gosh. Anyway.
Moving back to our little subject here.
The next show I was actually about to go over was Attack of the Show.
Attack of the Show. Where do we begin with that?
Oh, Shaq, I'm gonna let you talk about this one, bro.
Attack of the Show, I definitely gotta say it was one of their best, but at the same time, one of their most consuming.
Right.
I mean, I myself am not an actor person. I don't really know everybody on Attack of the Show. Basically all I know is reviewers. But it definitely helped a big portion of the nerd culture and how we can become entertainment, how we can put ourselves in the mainstream business. Sharing interesting facts with the audience, of course. How do we put this? Like, such as exactly what brands of tech, how did we know about iPhones, iPods, stuff like that. It was just really immersive. It definitely brought a ton of information into the, not only just the gaming industry, but the nerd culture in itself. Dungeons and Dragons, online gaming, science fiction. Oh, most definitely science fiction. That was one of the most talked about subjects, if I remember.
Yeah, they had the guy from Star Trek who was also the guy who's the host of Reading Rainbow. They had interviews with him. They had interviews with a lot of different people involved in sci-fi and other movie media. So yeah.
Those guys were amazing. Like, when they were accurate, they were pretty spot on.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't about opinion, it was about fact. And that, for the most part, was why I was there.
as far as like my involvement with Attack of the Show, you know, I wasn't quite into it at first as much as I was like cheat and X-Play or whatever, because like I was like, you know, freaking it's a show that's still focusing on gaming but not as much, and like during the time I was really just trying to get like my core gaming fix or whatever, but like I started slowly like easing into it, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty interesting, and you know, they started introducing websites and stuff that you could go to for like new technology and stuff like that, and then you know they had interviews with like I said before, different people involved in like sci-fi movies and stuff like that, and that's how I actually found out about that YouTube video, freaking Epic Beard Man. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I think I did.
where it's like this Vietnam vet. This guy is like picking on him on the bus, and he just beats the holy living crap out of him, and then like it became an instant hit. They would always show these viral videos, and you know, you remember Herbert Bro?
Oh yeah.
They would always have these extra funny videos, like during like the last couple minutes of the show. So yeah, and it also had one of the other flagship veterans of the network, Kevin Pereira. And yeah,
I don't know what he's doing now.
Kevin Pereira, yeah, I forgot what he does. He had some sort of like, you know.
Did he go in a hole somewhere or something? Did he like, you know, jump in the hole and no one saw him ever again?
He's actually very highly involved like with the web, but you know, I think he's actually like making some big moves right now. Like he has almost like a freaking forum interview on Reddit. Wait, Shaq, does who did I get that from? I got it from Bob actually. Did you actually read that comment thread?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
the one where it was basically voicing that guy was voicing his opinion about the company in general.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that all the people on G4 have found work for the most part, save for like, you know, the last remaining people on X-Play, you know.
Yeah, basically.
But now, other shows that aren't really mentioned a lot, but like I want to actually bring up. Let's see which I should. I should start on Cinematech. Cinematech was not. How do I describe this? It was a show that basically played all game trailers and gameplay vids, but for some reason I found that interesting.
I don't know why, but I could completely agree with that, and that was the strangest part to me. It's like, wow, I'm actually enjoying something I really shouldn't.
Yeah, it was a show about game trailers. What?
And it just got weird, and the worst part was I was infatuated with it. I was like, oh, okay, cool, another game trailer. Some of the trailers were just basically on obscure games I never even knew about.
Yeah. I mean,
which is cool. That's a good thing.
That's good.
Oh, I actually forgot to mention this. Another thing that I really loved about G4 Network in its entirety was E3 coverage. They would always have it annually.
Yeah, I will say that the E3 coverages for those things are really good.
Yeah,
E3 coverages are always very good.
Yeah,
this stream was excellent, without a doubt. Like one of the best.
Yeah.
You know, like just in general, like there was absolutely no stream that could have bested it at all.
Right.
Not even like GameStop, which was okay at the time, but dear God.
I just think GameStop sucks. I just think GameStop sucks. Just.
I mean.
Not worth your time anymore.
I mean, because now, Kalo, you know about E3, dude, right?
Wait, sorry, I wasn't listening. Mel was talking
yeah, there you go.
You still playing Grand Theft Cowboy?
No, Mel was talking to me.
Oh. Tell Melv I said hi.
Okay. Anyways, what'd you ask?
You know about E3, right?
Yeah, of course. What the fuck?
How are you
So
a
he's a
gamer
little
and not
pissed
know
off.
about E3? It's like one of the basic standards.
No,
It's like
but
the
like
thing gamers look forward to every year.
because of G4, that was probably the number one thing that I would like always dream about, and still to this day, I still want to be able to go to like at least one of those big gaming expos. Like that's on my bucket list.
Oh
If
yeah,
if not just for the
especially
experience.
NetherRealms comes out with a game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Speaking of NetherRealms,
What
when's
did they
the
make again?
Mortal Kombat games? Well, the current gym ones.
Oh, okay. Hey, whatever. I'm not a big Mortal Kombat fan, so for
Aren't
some
they
people it's
currently
awesome.
working
For
on
me,
stuff like
Oh yeah.
whatever.
I mean,
aren't they currently
huh?
sorry, aren't they currently working on the latest if I can remember right, I think it was Injustice?
Yep. Yep.
I can't wait for that. That is, it's gonna be amazing.
It's Mortal Kombat versus DC without the Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. Done right this time.
Hopefully, because the Mortal Kombat vs. DC game sucked balls. It's a terrible
Oh
fucking
yeah.
game. Hated that piece of
Complete.
shit.
But
Why did that thing have to exist? I have no idea.
if I could just go off on a tangent, that game looks absolutely amazing. Like I could imagine myself spending hours on that, just like mastering everybody's fighting styles. I'm actually really excited. Like if I do get my hands on that game, a character that I actually do want to try out is Green Arrow, because
Yeah.
Green
I
Arrow.
mean, his freezing ability is pretty much like the Sub-Zero freeze, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and Nightwing. Nightwing's on there, right?
yeah.
I think.
I want to try out Raven and Cyborg.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Raven's on there now. Cause like I already like
Wait, are you
slapped.
serious?
Yeah, Raven just got introduced like what, like a few weeks ago.
That's a lot of
Like,
Azeroth, Netrion, and
like
Synthos all over this goddamn place.
Yep.
she says it too in the trailer. I was freaked out when I heard it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, well, crap. Two of the Teen Titans.
The one thing that really caught me
Three,
off guard in
Three.
this was definitely the fact that Harley Quinn is now a hero in this continuity. I'm like, wait, what? That caught me right off guard. I was not expecting that.
I think Shaq's mind has been blown.
I was like, yeah, that's why I decided to become a hero. I was like, wait, what? What? Hero what?
Oh my
I actually
God.
wasn't even paying attention to the trailer until she said that line. I was like, it's Harley Quinn. Let's see some fighting style. All right, she looks a bit skimpy. Let me just continue playing Monster Hunter. That's when I decided to become a hero. Wait, what? What did she say? Hero what? What? The fuck? She's after the Joker? What?
Ugh. But
That's what,
you were about to say something? Anybody?
I was about to say something I didn't know about that. Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. No, but let's see what shows I missed. Besides Cinematech, oh, does anybody remember the show Icons by any chance?
yeah, I think about a couple of
Nope.
times.
Nope.
Basically Icons was a show that it was an informative show. It was like it's what not eat. I guess it is. You could compare it to like a documentary show of any show, like any documentary show you've ever watched, where basically it marks down like big names in video game history and giving you their backstory. Hideo Kojima, freaking
I think
Miyamoto,
I watched one. I think it was about
the
what
making
was
of
it about? I think it was Atari. I think it
yeah,
was making of Atari, I
yep,
think.
the making of Atari, the rise and the fall of Sega and stuff like that. When they finally fell into just being like a game developer, whether rather than just a console developer. Yeah, that's how I got. Like that's how I educated myself about my gaming is Icons. I would not know about Nobuo Uematsu, like had I not watched Icons, and that was definitely a big like informative show for me as far as gaming went. Like that's how I get my back history or whatever. So yeah, that was it was like a gaming encyclopedia almost, like, like who makes my games, because I was always one of those kids who actually like enjoyed watching the making of games, like making of bonus content in any game. Like for instance, just so I could get him into the conversation, Kalo, the and Jack and Daxter, both Jack and Daxter, Jack 2 and Jack 3, making of uh
Oh, that shit was
stuff.
awesome. I love that. That shit was awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's all you got to say is mm-hmm.
Man,
Sorry.
just
Yeah, I know. I heard you talking about Jack and Daxter. You just continue.
Continue, continue,
Continue.
continue with
Just
a K.
continue with Jack and Daxter, and he'll come into the
Continue,
conversation when he feels like.
continue with a K. I mean, like going off into another tangent or whatever. Like when I found out that, like, um, these like how to make these games or whatever, and how there are these different departments or whatever with the concept art and everything, and the sound development, the background artists and stuff like that. I was always really intrigued with watching little like gameplay bonuses like that or whatever. Um, Actually, not a lot of. I don't think a lot of games really have that nowadays, except for like off of the top of my head, maybe God of War. You know.
Mortal Kombat had a ton of that,
Okay.
actually. I've
Huh.
seen many of their making of videos.
Hmm.
I think like Mortal Kombat actually had the most of it, but it just wasn't either. It wasn't directly on the disc, or they actually had a separate DVD for it.
I saw I mean, half the things I've seen about Mortal Kombat were online, and the other half was from their discs from the games.
Yeah,
So
basically,
yeah,
which were then put online about like a month or two later.
yeah, pretty much. Like once they've unlocked it.
That's what happens.
But anyway, yeah, any other shows? Ninja Warrior, awesome show.
Oh,
That's the
Ninja
best show
Warrior!
ever. It
Oh
was the best
man,
show ever. It was the only reason why I watched that show.
that was one of their best shows,
Really?
without a doubt, man.
Uh,
Right underneath, like actually no, like it was right above Code Monkeys, if I remember.
oh yeah, I remember Code Monkeys, but like yeah, Ninja Warrior. I don't know. I always loved watching Ninja Warrior. It was one of the it was one of the shows that they could actually get away with. Like it, I mean, I guess it had something to do with the gaming community, like in the way that, like, if you think about it,
We love
it
Japan.
yeah. If you think about it,
I just
basically,
thought it was cool.
it,
I thought it was awesome.
basically, Ninja Warrior was sort of. I guess if you look at it in a weird perspective, it's like what happens when you make a competition out of a side scroller video game and put real people in it. Yeah, that's what you get. That's what Ninja Warrior was.
Yeah, and it really showed. If you're gonna take it into that context, it really, and I mean really, showed just how hard like a lot of the main protagonists in games got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it, you thought like Simon Belmont like did this stuff naturally. No, like this shit is hard to do.
There's a reason why he does that Belmont strut.
You would like, oh, that's why he needs the whip. Ah, fuck water.
No, but like, well, first of all, Makoto Nagano was my dude, winning like the Ninja Warrior competition like 2 times in a row. you know?
I think they asked him to not win it a third time. I think that's the only reason why he didn't win it the third time. Because he was so close to winning it a third time, and they're like, "Yeah, guy, you can't do this. You can't do this all the time."
Mm,
And he was a fisherman, which is even funnier.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Some of those dudes on Ninja Warrior had the weirdest jobs. One of them was a gas station owner. How do you go from gas station owner to freaking jumping jump and shoot?
Power
Jump
ups.
shoot man. Jump
Jump and
shoot
shoot.
man.
That's all you gotta
Yeah.
do. Jump and shoot.
Power ups.
Exactly. Like, but then again, Mario is a plumber. So.
Who eats shrooms and shoots fire.
Yeah, but there were some really obscure people in there. Like I'm pretty sure there was a I think there was like a transvestite in the competition at one point.
Wasn't
I
there?
I remember there being like I remember there being a transvestite. I think it was the ladies of Ninja Warrior when they had like an all female show or whatever, and then like I
Yeah,
yeah,
like Women of Ninja Warrior, and then it like bled into America, like American Ninja Warrior.
yeah. I mean, it started getting really popular, you know.
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the females in that Women of Ninja Warrior were just god awful.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I mean,
Like there were
I
there were
kind
really really good exceptions that were there for a reason. I totally agree
Obviously.
with. But dear
of
God, like
most
most of
of
them
them.
like just fell flat like past the first past the
No,
first.
okay, no. I will say this, like, okay, how I attuned it to is like it's a much better version of Wipeout. So Wipeout is just a terrible, terrible show, and I hate watching it. But
I
the
think it
thing
was like
is
it's the
that
fact that it's too easy and they let a lot of retards into the show.
Yeah.
that basically they want the retards to go into the show. That's
It,
that's
that's
why I don't like it.
that's how
Is
they
that
spawn money.
they have these girls that basically I feel sad for because they're destroying themselves on TV by going on this show about physical activity. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but when a girl weighs 250 pounds, there is no way that she can do the things that is needed to do on Wipeout. She should not be let into the competition to do that when she could just, she's gonna lose obviously in the first minute, but they put her in there so that it's funny, and even though that it's stupid to do it, but whatever. It's kind of like mean to the girls, but you know what? If they're stupid enough to actually go through with it, I'm fine.
They just wanted to be on TV, dude. So,
Yeah, exactly.
they were just like, oh, I get to be on TV. Sure, why not?
There was an old guy who wore a thong on there.
Honestly,
Exactly.
like when I saw that, honestly, I looked back at Ninja Warrior. I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. Wipeout kind of keep in mind, like I saw Ninja Warrior before I saw Wipeout, and it turns out
Which is
Wipeout came
better.
before that.
Which is
But
better. Way.
like when I took a look at like at both shows, I kind of thought, okay, here's how the rundown goes. Wipeout is basically the comedy version, and Ninja Warrior is basically where the serious people actually go to. But Wipeout seemed to act like a cash cow on that.
Yep. No, because like Ninja Warrior, like this one guy, it was awesome. Like this one guy, he made like a camp. He made a fucking like big ass camp to like train people for Ninja Warrior. It was awesome. I love that because like the guy like during I think one of like the Ninja Warrior competitions, like they did like a spin-off thing where they like showed his camp and how he like trained people, and he made like his own like things based on how many times he went to Ninja Warrior and lost. This is awesome. That guy was awesome. And he was an American dude too. He wasn't some Japanese guy.
You know?
Yeah. That was awesome.
And the truth is just, well, when you really look at it, it's just like Ninja Warrior, people actually invested their time into it. It was a show where we all not just as people, but basically it was like the replacement to the Olympics, really, when the Olympics wasn't there. And it was, if I dare say, like, it was that much harder than the Olympics. Like, the Olympics, it's like, all right, here's some sports with some top-notch players, as opposed to, oh, God, even the top-notch players can't even, like, finish the first stage. Like, Jesus Christ.
Word.
Like, the top people from the United States Olympics, I think for like a couple of professions that they usually go to, and their body is physically built for the stages you clearly saw before you, they couldn't even get past the second obstacle, and some of them even got like face planted right at the final.
Yo, some of those grip challenges, man. Like, what was it? Stage
I was
3?
those grip challenges. Like, there is no possible way any human could even endure all this on a common note. This is made for the people who really dedicate themselves to physical activity. There's just no way.
Yep.
Like, this is like, hey, you gotta hang on while also this is hitting you, and you gotta reach this spot. You also gotta jump with your arms out to this spot while also hanging on to the rail anyway. And now you gotta go play jungle gym with the same arms that are easily tired out right about now. And it's like, well, fuck, I'm gonna be tasting water pretty soon if I don't do something quick.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I gotta say, like, out of everything G4 put on, I feel like that one and X Play were like the best shows. Because X Play did all of the video game stuff that I wanted, and Ninja Warrior was just the icing on the cake, just like the best show ever. I would watch that over any X Play, any Attack of the Show. I would just watch that. I was so happy to watch that.
Um,
It's true. I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie.
Now, I think we've got a basic sum up, basic like expanded sum up of like how good G4 used to be or whatever, especially like, with big hitter shows like X-Play and Ninja Warrior. Now, basically,
Should we start getting into the point where things go nightmare?
Yeah, yep. Cause like there came, I gotta use my movie theater voice for this. There came a dark time where G4 became a former shadow of itself, airing shows like The Guy Show, Cheaters, and Cops over and over and over.
Actually, guys, what do you say we leave Cheaters for the very last? Because I think we have a lot to say about that show.
Okay.
I think out of all three of the bad shows he just listed, I think Cheaters was definitely the one that was on everyone's mind, and that's where things really, really, really went wrong.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I just wanted to know whose idea was it to start airing Cops on G4 in the first place.
You
By the
know
way,
what?
like, speaking of which, like, didn't
Maybe they
Cops
thought it'd be like
like
a first-person shooter.
Actually, you know what?
That's one way forward about it.
See, like the thing was is that when G4 was actually when I watched G4, I had the IO box, so I was able to flip through to all the channels that were programmed in. So when I saw G4 at like, I wanted to look at what G4 puts on, and like, I found this. I was just really bored one day. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna figure out what G4 puts at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They put Cops on. They don't put gaming shows on or reruns of the gaming show on at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. They put on Cops. I don't know why they thought that was. I don't know why they did it that way. But sooner or later, I guess more people started watching Cops than probably watching the gaming shows that they barely put on. So that's probably why they thought, let's put Cops on all the time.
Well, my question was, what does Cops have to do with gaming? What does
I mean,
drunk driving have to do with gaming outside of Grand Theft Auto? And
well, the
like,
thing is when
Saints
you
Row.
are a big game, when you're a big network and you really don't have many shows to put on, you need to fill out the space. So probably at that
So
one
you fill
point
it
they're
out
like,
with Cops.
yeah, we'll just fill it out with Cops. I mean, they probably didn't probably think it through that well when they found out
Come
that
on,
people actually
I
started watching that stupid show. I
Right.
Oh,
mean,
come
come
on.
on.
There were plenty of other shows that were all about gaming, or at least had something to do with gaming,
I don't
and they
know.
chose Cops.
Right.
Don't look at me, man. It's whatever they thought was a good idea.
And it was a shitty idea.
Yep, that's what they thought. They're like, let's put Cops on, see what happens. And
Let's put something totally unrelated to gaming in a gaming channel.
yup.
Oh my god.
That will totally get views. And ironically, honestly, I think the people who watch that show, especially the other three very bad shows that we mentioned before, were being watched by very bitter people. Honestly, like there's no way anyone in a good mood would ever watch something like that. on a daily basis. There's just no way.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? FPS, man.
What the fuck? What? I'm not gonna watch people get arrested. That shit depresses me. What the fuck?
I agree with him on that.
No,
Shit does
that
depress me.
it's very depressing, actually.
It's
man.
stupid why it has to happen, but whatever.
Like it happens, but like I don't want to make it my everyday.
Yeah, and that's one of the, just in general, that's one of the reasons why I hate TV. Like they project all these stereotypes into thinking, oh, yo, this is what people want.
This is how the world is. It's depressing. It's this. It's bad. It's that. And guys are evil. Women are smart. Dabba dabba dabba. Fuck all. Whatever. It's just a constant repetition of bullshit.
Yeah, word. I mean,
things that don't really reflect the real world in any way, and it just gets more and more depressing the more you watch it, and you start seeing the subliminal messages.
I mean, blah.
And it's like, yeah, okay. It's totally not going to be in my nightmares later on.
I know there were more. There was another show, but besides Cheaters, I know there was another show that they aired. What was it? Was it the Man Show? I mean, like, I really didn't have as much of a problem.
The Guy Show.
The Guy Show, or the Man Show, or whatever.
Yeah,
Guy. It's just the Guy Show. It's just the Guy. It's really, really stupid. I don't really understand why it's there.
Guys asserting their stereotype and making it even more pronounced and making us look stupid.
And what the fuck was that? And what does that have to do with us gamers outside of most of us being male?
I don't know.
It's
Maybe
like,
they should assert our maleness.
I mean,
we should assert our maleness, of course.
I mean, that wasn't really exactly the Guy Show. That was more like the douche show. Like, honestly,
that's like the douchebag show. That didn't represent us nerds. Us nerds don't even remotely even act like that. We don't even dream about being that in our real lives, unless like we are really just that insecure.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess it was a guilty pleasure though, in the sense that, like, yeah, some of the women that they had on there were pretty appealing or whatever, and they would do like these butt and boob comparisons, and I'll be like, it's entertaining for like 2 seconds, but like,
it was funny the first 2 seconds, but when you egg it on throughout the entire series, and it's just like, all right, I fucking give up now.
Yeah, but like that show ended up getting canceled anyway, like.
Which is good. I thought it was like, oh my god, thank God. I thought
it was a terrible show. I thought it made guys look bad.
It did make guys look bad. It made us all look like fucking whack jobs.
Yeah, exactly. Kalo, was that you?
That was me.
Oh,
I'm very tired
because I'm crunching on nachos.
See, I'm very tired, as you can see.
Yeah, I can see you, Phil.
Yeah. As you can see, I'm very tired.
Yeah, I can see you.
Things just got moving back to like the Guy Show. It's just, it's like, oh, thank God, it's over. Like I thought this show would never stop. And knowing like most TV programs, they have a tendency not to stop for the stupidest shit. And it's always the things you don't enjoy that nobody enjoys. Really, nobody would common sense. Wait, what?
Who said that? I don't know.
Caleb. I don't know. What is this?
I don't know.
Where am I? Is this Inception again?
I don't know. I don't know. Is everybody still alive?
Okay. I'm still alive.
I'm still alive. Kalo's crunching on nachos.
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Oh God. Oh, Cheaters. Oh God.
Cheaters had to be the worst show I've ever watched in my life. It made me feel terrible inside, all around.
How I loved it so much.
Cheaters. Can somebody explain to me what in the holy mother of fuck was that?
I don't know.
Well,
what's that?
I mean, obviously, you're a gamer, so evidently you want to increase your girl score. So,
So you go watch a show about people's hearts being broke. Yeah, that makes perfect fucking sense, right? Yeah.
Why did no? The funny, I don't even know where to begin with that. Like, well, no,
Why?
I don't even know where to begin. It's like, you watch a show about somebody cheating on somebody else. No, not like no. There are so many things wrong with that show. First of
Actually,
all,
out of all three of those shows, that one had absolutely nothing to do with gaming. I don't remember gaming being about dating. I don't remember being a dating sim unless you're like watching hentai or some crap like that.
yo,
Oh God.
well, obviously, again, they're harkening back to Grand Theft Auto. I mean, yo, you could have more than one girlfriend at a time on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and you get perks for it. So maybe they thought, I don't know.
But again, like
I can't defend this.
I take one good look at that show. I'm like, cheaters, really? We're going down this territory of darkness. Like, this is where no sensible man should go.
Right. I mean, like,
It was depressing as fuck, even more so than Cops.
no, like, what really like irked me about that show though is besides the fact that a person is cheating on another person. Not only somebody is getting people to spy on them. Somebody
I
is
don't like
basically
their personal lives.
yeah, basically somebody is getting somebody to spy on somebody, and then it's being televised. Like, yo, how much?
I mean, it's one thing that you hire someone to do that. That's understandable. I can see where the sensibility starts.
Mhm.
But it ends just as soon as it starts infringing on other people's lives. And it goes straight to television. If you hire someone to spy on like a girlfriend that you suspect is cheating on you, and they're right, that should have ended. And you're right, and you confronted them. That's where it should have ended. That's where it should have ended. It shouldn't be a televised series. And I think that once again, didn't that show as well as Cops like start on Fox? I think that's why. Because like Fox didn't want it anymore. They knew it was depressing as fuck. They knew that the people who were airing this shit were being pretentious.
Yeah.
And it really just led into a series of depression. Like it was like the depressive state of G4 right before the fall. Like they just really had no more ideas left. Dear God, like the depression kept going on and on and on. And Cheaters was like the epitome of that. It really was. Because like no matter what, it's just like what does Cheaters really tell us? It tells us that people are very vindictive, that people are never satisfied, and that we're all just a bunch of fucking sexual pigs. Like that's not what we really are. That's not what we're about as like, especially in dating. Come on, that's like only like a few out of maybe 1,000 to 1,000,000 people.
I mean, dude, put it this way, and like the way G4 was going, like I was betting my money that like, yo, 2 days later, yo, I was gonna see an episode of Dateline To Catch a Predator.
Oh my God.
That's when I would have rage quit right there.
No, if that happened, I'm like, this is no longer about gaming. This is nothing to do with gaming. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Like, there's no one in their goddamn right minds would ever think of a gaming channel, and the first thing they would suspect is a dating channel based on cheating guys and girls. It's just no, you don't do that to other people. You don't televise that shit. That stuff's private and it should stay in the home.
Yeah.
No. And you know what the funniest thing was? Something I don't want to say, but Steve's black, so it doesn't really matter.
Shut up.
But I'm
Shaq's
just saying
black,
that like a lot of the Hispanic and like the black ones that they had, they were insane. They were insane. They were the top reason why anybody watched that show. It's like watching Jerry Springer all over again.
Oh God.
It just made everything terrible down to
Honestly,
every degree possible.
It's funny you mention Jerry Springer because that's exactly what I saw that show as. It was like the Jerry Springer show, only 10 times more unnecessarily personal and bullshittier than just without the Jerry Springer. Just without Jerry Springer, just really, what the fuck is this?
Oh no, I think it was worse than Jerry Springer, like because of the fact that they actually had evidence. So it was like
Yeah, they
Jerry
actually
Springer
had
with the evidence.
evidence. It's
Yeah,
like, you are not the father. Like, how do you know? Let us see the DNA test rather than just, speaking it out, you fucking cunt.
yeah, like I don't know. It started becoming trash TV like after a while, and then actually, I'm gonna take this opportunity to check on the TV really quick. Just give me a sec.
Watch me cheaters that's on right now.
Because I'm using my TV as a monitor, so let me just check on the living room. Like I'm gonna do this like right now. Hold up, just a sec.
I'm gonna be dying if it's fucking cheaters that's airing on right now. Like, wow.
And we shall wait for what will to come.
I guess we might as well just like go on ahead and just put our opinions here. Just, yeah, cheaters. What? That show shouldn't even have existed to begin with, in my opinion.
Yep.
There's no reason. There was no rhyme or reason as to why that should have existed. And it just got too personal.
It's just really stupid. It didn't need to be there. I feel like G4 was already bad enough in the fact that they started taking away all the good shows, and then they started putting that crap in. I mean, I know I mean, it's the bad thing is that show probably got a lot, and I mean a lot of screen time. Like everybody probably watched that show to no end. And I feel bad for the people that actually stayed around and wanted to like get a good.
Okay, so I just had to like do a quick inspection of the TV, and it turns out that yeah, not only is it cops and cheaters, but it's repeats of old movies. Now, granted, they're good movies, but it's like repeating them over and over again. They're playing freaking James Bond's Octopussy. What?
Wow.
What?
I don't even know where to begin with that.
What? Besides the fact of the name, but like what?
I mean, I will say this, like, once again, we're still on cheaters. Once again, it's just it leaves a bad impression, especially on the younger audience. Yeah, it really does tell kids it's like, oh, you shouldn't be dating. Like, this is what people are like when you date when you're an adult.
Yeah.
Like I have a girlfriend and she hasn't cheated on me that I've known of. But you know what? It's okay because I don't feel like I'm gonna cheat on her anytime soon. Unless she just turns into an evil witch. I don't know.
Yeah, but I doubt that.
In most relationships, don't please, guys, who's ever listening to this, or who's ever writing this kind of crap up in the comments section, most people who date don't end up like this. They don't end up vindictive after a while. It's just people who just think that they deserve more and don't try to communicate with their partners. That's just really how it is, and that's usually a rare occurrence. It really is. It doesn't help the issue. Cheaters doesn't help the issue. In fact, I think it breeds more vindictive people.
Yep.
Like that show alone, and don't get me started on Jerry fucking Springer. That show will fucking that show is like two very mean rabbits just have sex. It breeds more evil rabbits, and then those rabbits have rabies, and then it brings more rabbits with rabies, and they don't fucking die within the hour.
Oh my gosh! But
that's really what it's like.
Now, yeah, I'll just reiterating another point. Now, personally, my opinion is that this network could have been saved, or it could still potentially be saved. Like they're saying that they're making the change like April 28th or something like that. I don't know, but
there was a chance it could have been if they had actually thought and put in the effort, but they're not gonna.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yo, bring back some of the shows that you used to have, or like come up with some new ideas for shows or whatever. Like, yo, I'm pretty sure they could still bring back Attack of the Show. whatever. Now, granted, they won't have Kevin Pereira, but like,
or anybody else important.
They all fucking left to pursue their own careers. Okay.
Adam Sessler is already making enough money right now.
then go back to square one. They actually had shows where it was like there were like professional like online matches or whatever. Now, granted, like the games are like games like Unreal Tournament or Halo or something like that, but shows like that or whatever, like shows that they really didn't explore enough or whatever.
They had something going, is what I'm gonna say, and then they fucked up.
Yeah. Heck, they could. I mean, they could have like a freaking. Now this is like just me, just BSing ideas, but they could have like a show where they highlight the best moments of a freaking LP. I don't know anything.
Yeah,
Or
basically.
how about this? Or how about this? Why don't you just do esports?
Exactly.
I know, right?
Do esports. Esports is huge. You know
I'm
how big esports is on Twitch and YouTube?
I'm
Why
pretty
don't you just do that on a gaming channel?
I'm pretty sure people,
I mean, a gaming channel dedicated to it.
especially with a lot of the people playing LoL now, I'm pretty sure there would be an extensive popularity with a show that like basically showed like a really big match of LoL with like some of like the top contenders or whatever. Like I'm pretty sure people would be interested in seeing something like that.
I
It
feel
is
like
quite a
that would
shame.
be the best. I feel like that would be the best up to like, the nth degree. I would love I would love to see an entire esport network. I would love to see that like on an actual like TV,
I
like
watched the
not on the
shit out of
internet.
it.
I would watch that. Like I watch esports on my laptop all the time.
Mm.
Just knowing that there would be an esports on the TV would be great.
Like, do you see the kind of epic shit people do on a daily basis in gaming? And
Hmm.
it's it's really a shame that this channel they've done nothing to try and revive it, and it just kept going into a spiral state of depression and like really god awful shows that shouldn't even have existed in the first place, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And it's just with cops, with all these negative shows, cheaters. Like, whatever happened to Code Monkeys? Code Monkeys was hilarious when it
Yeah.
first aired. That was like the best show they had for a time. Like, better than X Play.
Mm.
Like, it dedicated itself to like top-notch game developers and like the wackiness that we can come up with, not
Oh
only
wait,
as a gaming community but as designers.
oh
Yeah.
wait. There was another thing for G4. I never actually. I think I watched a showing of this, but I remember I watched the YouTube video a lot. It was when the PS3 and the Wii and the Xbox 360 were all in like their life. Were all in like I don't want to say the middle of their life cycles, but they were not like. None of the consoles like just came out. So what they did was they had like these two bodybuilders.
Oh, by the way, be
Oh,
right back. I'm
yeah,
gonna
and
go
it,
get a
like,
drink.
destroyed.
Yeah, and they destroyed it. That was cool. That was a cool segment that they did. I remember I watched that a lot.
Yeah, it was for durability, and then like the PS3 won out because, well, let's
It
face
was
it, Sony
made better.
was good at making consoles that don't know when to die.
Well, the PS3 did have that yellow light of death for the first amount, and it was just because they made it a little differently, and that's why it messed up. So, I mean,
Yeah, but honestly, that took about like what, some 4 to 2 years in order for that to happen.
yeah, it took a while, not like the Xbox where it happened
It's
like
like
day one.
it's like having a period every time of the month.
It was really bad. Like a couple of my roommates, they had like they were telling me how they've been through like three Xboxes already. I'm thinking in the back of my head like if I gone through like three Xboxes, I feel like I would just switch. I feel like I would just switch.
Honestly, I gotta be honest with you, that was like the very reason, and that was after my first Xbox. That was the very reason I switched to PlayStation 4 and Wii, because I had one, and then it broke down. And I'm like, fuck it. There's no way I'm paying like another $120 to $300 for like another console that I know is gonna break down again. I'm not gonna get with that shit, and the fact that I have to pay monthly.
Actually, yeah,
Just,
no, we got it fixed. We got ours fixed, And what happened was my brother did something really stupid. I don't know why he did it that way, but ours broke down. We got that stupid arcade that like didn't even have a hard drive.
Oh.
So, well, that's my brother's idea. He wanted to buy an Xbox 360. I didn't like Xbox 360. That was me. So I was a PlayStation guy through and through, and I was fine with my PS2. I didn't need anything else. But yeah, no, he gave the arcade. It broke down, and then my mom paid, not paid, but my mom called the Xbox Microsoft up to fix it, and they fixed it for us. Then he took it, and then he brought it to FYE, returned it returned it, and then got because the Xbox broke in like a month. I want to say like a month or 2 months it broke. So he gave it back to FYE and then got money back, and then my mom helped pay to get the better Xbox, the one that I still own. The
Did I mention that Xboxes have a tendency to have periods?
Yeah, no, yeah, and we got the regular one, not the elite with like the 200 whatever. I'm talking, like the regular one.
Right.
Don't get me started
Yeah,
on
so
I actually hate those even more than the original.
yeah, so we got that one, and it still seems to work even though it's been fucked up a lot. Actually, got a red ring of death again. It got a red ring of death again, and then we asked Microsoft to go fix it again, and it got fixed again. So two Xboxes got fixed for free, so we were fine with that. But it was just annoying that we had to go through that. Like
Now, just going on to the final part of the discussion is the fact that what they're replacing it with. Does TV really actually need this Esquire network? What?
I mean, it could
I
need
mean,
it.
we already have a fashion channel that's like obscure as fuck. Um, and to be quite honest, like a lot of the shows that aired on there that are about to air, like literally have nothing to do with life. Not a lot of guys actually care for fashion. Not many guys actually care for cooking, but some actually do have the idea that it's a
I
good
mean, no,
idea.
no, no, no.
Good thing.
I want to say this, like, the cooking is kind of repetitive because we already have a cooking channel on channel
Yeah, we already have
666.
food and shit like that, and it's like you guys can't fucking cook.
I mean, no, no, no. Like, if I'm saying, like, if you're gonna go for cooking, go to a cooking channel.
Yeah, go to the food channel. Like they have that shit on every day.
Exactly. I mean, if
Or
you're
hell,
gonna
get
learn to
yelled at by
cook,
like fucking what was that? What was the name of that chef for Hell's Kitchen? Like Chef Ramsay. Again,
King Ramses.
get fucking yelled by Chef Ramsay. Like he'll teach you shit at the top of his
maybe,
lungs.
maybe.
Uh, enjoying that echo.
Yeah, there's a bit of an echo here.
Yo, Kalo, you're echoing, bro.
Me?
We're echoing in your mic. I don't know.
Maybe.
Sorry.
No, it's not
Muted or
okay.
something.
No,
Muted or something.
it's not okay. I demand you punish yourself somehow.
Any better?
Yeah, much
Yep.
better. There's actually no echo anymore.
Yup.
But like, yeah, like, yo, I mean, like, dude, I actually find that kind of a little bit insulting that they're stereotyping males now to be, metrosexuals.
Honestly,
I didn't
It's
know
like
I was
having a girlfriend that's trying to
metrosexual.
change you.
Say what?
I didn't know that most guys these days were into clothes fashion. Like,
I didn't know I was into clothes fashion until they told me I was.
I didn't know I liked Drew
I might as
Barrymore.
well obey the rules. This is the new fad. Me being a total fucking tool.
Hmm.
Yeah, like, I mean, I didn't know I was a fan of Drew Barrymore. Did you?
Me
Like,
neither, man. Me
like
neither.
behind. I gotta say, this is the one time I'm behind the times, and I'm fucking fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
See, I didn't know I was a fan of Maroon 5 until they told me, or I was a fan, or if I didn't know I had a man crush on the lead singer of Maroon 5 until they told me, and I'm like, I'm supposed to like this guy? Oh, okay. All right. All right.
let's ignore the fact that he like fucking like dragged 5 people into a drug cartel.
you know,
Let's ignore that.
uh, I
Let's ignore that a lot of our like pop culture idols of today's generation are just like pieces of shit. in reality.
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan, Rihanna.
Does she even exist anymore?
No, she exists.
No.
Okay, Lo, your phone is ringing.
Like we got like Jay-Z, who's a piece of shit. We have Rihanna, who's like a female piece of shit.
going
I agree with him about the Rihanna part, and I don't like rap music, so I'm gonna actually, you know what? I don't like rap music, normal rap music.
Like
Eminem's okay.
we live today in a world where like we let the stupid people get away with so much, and we wonder why we're declining as a culture. Like, because we let these fuckers get away with, like, replacing our gaming community because it's a boys' club. We let, like, these movie stars tell us what to do. We let these industries, who have nothing to do with us to begin with, fucking ruin ourselves, you know?
Yeah, I'm actually like really sick of TV in general. I mean, like generally, this is why I stopped watching TV. It's like what's it becoming? I mean, like every now and
It's
then though.
becoming like this cornucopia of depressing shit. Like no matter what, no matter how many happy places I find, there's got to be like that one asshole who has to come into the industry and fucking ruin it for everyone because he put his feelings way too far into it. And like it really did ruin it, and it's happening all over, like almost everywhere I go, where I find these depressing people, and like we as a community, we have to literally continuously tell these people to leave because we want nothing more to do with them.
Yeah.
And they bitch and whine so loud to the point where the media gets into this, and then the depression starts spreading, and it's like, you know what, this is getting obnoxious. I want nothing more to do with television anymore because the harsh reality is a lot of the shit we're getting is in fact depressing as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I don't watch TV anymore. Fuck TV.
Sadly, the place where I thought it would never happen, I think was where it all started.
Yep.
And it got even worse and worse and worse as time went on.
Yeah.
Like no matter what. Hell, we got like shows like fucking Honey Boo Boo. fucking a stupid teen, not even a teenager, like some kind of redneck girl with a redneck family on the fucking Learning Channel. What am I learning from this exactly? What am I learning from this? That rednecks are fucking stupid? Oh, great. Thanks for the Wikipedia information for the shit I already knew about, like, since I was 6.
Oh my gosh, yo. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's why people are in front of their computers a lot more is because like the computer is becoming more of an instrument for what you want when you want it because like I think
it's just in general it's becoming a more positive environment than fucking real life, and that's the sad part about it all.
It really is.
That's when things really start to hit home because if a virtual reality world is where actual people exist along with you who are positive and who give facts and information and don't try to ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah.
Work better than what television was initially supposed to be. An environment where you could feel good, where you can, just feel positive about yourself and just have a good time with the people around you. You don't even have to interact with them, but it just will show like a gateway to a positive environment. It doesn't have to breed these vindictive fucks.
Yeah,
it's mind-boggling how amazing the Switch has become.
Yeah,
and oh my god, like I actually feel a little dirty. Not gonna lie, like I feel a little dirty for knowing that I'm in a more positive state of mind in an environment where I really shouldn't be a positive state of mind. Like remember like the early days of the internet? Like that place was depressing.
4chan.
Oh my god, 4chan. Oh man. 4chan when it first started, that was even worse than GF4. I think that was worse than any other television show you could possibly imagine, you know? And then, like, after a while, as you start to grow up, like, shit got funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like, 4chan started to become hilarious, which is scary. 4chan
Oh,
and
wait. Okay, no. I have a 4chan story. For the people, the great people of 4chan thought it would be a great idea to do this. They wanted to book a Taylor Swift concert, but to book the Taylor Swift concert for a deaf school.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What? I.
Yep.
What? Why? What? What?
Yeah, remember
I
when I
give up.
said the early days of 4chan? I kind of meant the early days of 4chan. And then, like,
They
when you
thought it was a
really
great
realize it,
idea.
when you really, when you really truly realize it, like, it really got like a total overhaul. Like, things switched around. Things that were depressing became positive, became a fun environment, and things that were positive became a negative environment. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
It's amazing how flip-flop stuff is right now, dude.
And, like, I don't know whether to feel happy or saddened by the changes.
I don't know, but before, because I think I'm about to end this really soon or whatever, just to check to see if the recording actually recorded. If it
Okay,
didn't,
good.
we had you tired, bro.
Yep.
If it didn't
I spent
record,
a little too much time with you today, I
oh
guess.
hush your face. But just final thoughts. Keep it quick.
G4
My
sucks.
thoughts.
G4 sucks.
G4 was where everything began to die. When it came to being, a very positive gaming community, to where we end up having people like Anita Sarkeesian, where we start having all these freaking butthurt assholes just come in and just ruin it. Just fucking ruin the like the good times that we had as a gaming community, where nobody fucking cared, where nobody really we all were just busting each other's balls, and it was all a joke. Nobody took it even seriously, especially the girl gamers. The real girl gamers, like, they were more sensitive about everything else.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
even less sensitive about everything else. Like, they just didn't care.
right.
They turned misogynist, otherwise misogynist crap into like the butt of everyone's joke.
Right.
Like, just nobody cared.
Yeah.
It used to be a place to joke around, where the feelings, where like our rights didn't end where someone's feelings began.
Right.
That's all I
Alright.
gotta say.
That's the end.
Wait,
G4 stinks.
Kalo, you alive?
Kalo's
Of course.
playing video games.
What are
Playing
we, team player?
Tetris.
That's Kalo's final words. Playing Tetris.
Yeah, no, I'm still here though. I'm listening.
I mean, I think we got all of our. I mean, I'm sorry that you really didn't get too much involved in the discussion, because you never really like watched it. But like, since you do LPs with me, I thought, why not?
You're stuck here. You have to be here forever.
And ever. No, but anyway, I guess my final thoughts would be, I'm definitely disappointed that a network like that is being canceled and being replaced with something that doesn't even need to be on TV. But as far as what its purpose served, it definitely got gaming more into the mainstream. And whether or not a person would find that to be a good or bad thing, I think that's a rant for another time. But anyway, folks, I guess that should be it for this podcast. Join us for our next one, and keep a lookout for our LPs. And yeah, I'm gonna end the call now. See you guys.
Peace,
All right.
nigga.
Peace, man.